January the 10th, 2024. Guys, it's amazing how quickly the weather predictions can change when we're dealing with such a large Arctic vortex diving in from Canada. And this is a new map. It's showing that here in central Mississippi, where we're at, all the way from Texas through our area up through Tennessee and Alabama, the northern sections of Georgia, coming up through the Carolinas, all the way past Boston and up, I guess you'd say, into Maine. Now we're looking at snow and ice for the days talked about, January 14th through the 17th. But again, I'm going to focus on the 15th and 16th. I think it's important because I showed you maybe 5 or 6 cities this morning that were, and I was showing you the early predictions as far as temperatures and how cold they were going to be. But it's just been updated, and it's much worse than what we saw. So again, you're looking at, this is saying January 14th through the 17th, so it's going to start in this area. It reminds me, and I hope it's not as bad as the Texas ice storm we had a few years ago, because it was bad here. We had no power for about 3 days. We were very lucky. We had a wood-burning heater, and we had solar panels. That kept us from freezing to death. But they got the power on in about 3 days. Guys, if you think about it, a lot of power or a lot of locations depend on electricity at the pumps of the water source. If it's a big water tank or whatever, it doesn't need to be pumped down, but it's got to be pumped up into it. We experienced that outage for 2 weeks during Katrina. It's not any fun at all. But also, with the temperature changes that we're about to look at, you're going to realize not much water is going to be anything but solid as far as water pipes and things like that, unless you're in a very well insulated area and with a very good foundation. But you definitely need to take the heed of the things I was telling you about in the video this morning, but you need to do it about 2 times as important. In other words, with haste and with extra caution. But you can see here from Dallas, this entire swath, and you can see where the cold air is coming from. So what I'm going to show you a few states, same ones I showed you this morning, a few of those, but I want you to go to any source you have. At AccuWeather, I'm going to use it, and they have changed it. And guys, it's really scary because here in the South, we are nowhere near being used to what is about to happen. It's almost unprecedented in the way that it is happening and the ferocity of the way it's coming in. I'm going to show you those, but let's read a little bit about this information. It says the deep, penetrating Arctic air will likely help to set up a storm track that favors snow and ice in the southern and eastern tiers of the U.S. next week. A storm may waste no time exploiting that setup with the potential for an expanding wintry precipitation zone from Texas and Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee Monday, and then northward from Georgia to Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, New England from next Tuesday to Wednesday. And we showed that. Now, this is a new map. It's the temperature departures from historical averages January 15th through the 19th. In your lighter blue, it's going to be 18 to 15 degrees below what you would normally expect. In the darker blue, 15 to 20 degrees below what you would expect. And that says a lot, guys. Here, look, all the way to the coast, all the way to Lake Pontchartrain, down to Sabine Pass there, and most of Texas. Look at this section. That's exactly where they showed that Arctic drop coming in. Now, this is alarming to me being in central Mississippi. I'm going to start there to show you the differences in what we were looking at from this morning till now. Now, guys, on the right, this was the information I was using this morning for the 15th and the 16th here. 33 for the high Monday with a real feel of 12. Now, the update, and by the way, a real feel of 20 right there and 55% chance of precipitation. The new update, 26 for the high, not 33, and which means a longer time of freeze for pipes and things. The real feel in the shade, 11 degrees, and you've got the probability of thunderstorms is 1%. Now that's through the afternoon, but if you go into the night, that's when things start to change drastically because the winds are going to pick up and that vortex is going to be coming in with fury. Again, 26. This is this would be Monday, January the 15th. See that? Now let's look at the rest of the information. Quite a difference in your real feel from 20 to 11, and they're saying 12 would be the low Monday night here. Now let's scroll down to the nighttime. This is the daytime highs again, real feel 11. And if we come down to Monday night, 9 is the low, not 12. Real feel is 0, guys. And so you're really going to have to take the extra care now because you see how you're going to be 32 degrees below 0. And that's with, depending on the wind, it could get lower. And I just want to change this slightly. We live about 45 minutes south of Jackson, between there and Hattiesburg, and usually we would be just a little warmer. I don't know if it's because it's inside the city, but I'm going to show you where we're at here in central Mississippi. And again, so many people that live in my area drive to Jackson to work. It's, like I said, 45 minutes to basically the other side of town from here. But the real feel here, Monday night, again, let's get the date on this thing. Come up there, Monday, January 15th, showing that 32 for the high, real feel 21. But guys, something's different because we're only that amount of distance away from Jackson's, and our real feel will be 11. And again, we're south. But let's go down to Monday night here. Again, 9 for the low, but the real feel -8. So guys, in the anywhere from basically, I'd say Jackson to Hattiesburg, be very careful of the situation that we're about to get into. The wind gusts at 23 miles an hour, and that's going to be a big difference. Precipitation is 14% right there for some time. If at that temperature it comes down, it will be sleet or snow. It won't be rain. It may start out as a freezing rain, but imagine 9 degrees, 23 mile per hour wind, real feel -8. That is unheard of here, guys. If that doesn't wake you up to start preparing, here we have today and tomorrow basically to start getting ready. And I think Friday the rain's going to start coming in, and over the weekend, and maybe have one sunny day in there. But that tomorrow is going to be in the 60s here, and that's going to be the day to really get as much prep work as you can. Now, that's going to change depending on where you're located in the southeast. But these things it's getting dangerous now. When you're talking about -8 degrees with a 9 for the regular temperature, it's unheard of here. I don't remember it. I've seen the teens, very low teens, and maybe a little lower than that a few times, but I just don't remember a -8. Someone from this area may remember it. If you do, point it out in the comments. As I mentioned in the video this morning, go to AccuWeather and type in your city, your zip code or city, whatever you want, and click on the daily forecast, and that will give you a week or two up in advance, and you can go through there and look at both the daytime and the nighttime. It's important to look at both. But let's look at Dallas, Texas. Usually they're colder than us, and this is on January 15th, Monday. Real feel the temperature 21, real feel 7. And that's in the daytime. So let's scroll down and to the night. Same temp as we're going to have here at 9, real feel 1 degree. Not -9, but real feel 1 degree. Clear, very cold, with the temperature breaking the record of 11 set in 1930. So I don't know how long records go back here. I'm going to find out. But wind gust at 20, precipitation chance 7%. Just kind of give you an idea of what's going to get to Mississippi before it gets here and what the temperatures will settle in on the 15th. And we're watching, guys, go to AccuWeather, type in your area, make sure you go to daily, look at both daytime and nighttime, and that should, if you're in the areas that are going to be affected, that should get you moving in the right direction to prepare. We're watching it, you watch it, it's a heads up, be safe.